Welcome back to our channel US Coin 69, the place where we uncover hidden treasures in your coin collection. Have you ever wondered if that old coins could be worth thousands or even millions? Well, today's your lucky day. We're diving into some of the rarest and most valuable US coins that might be sitting right under your nose. Let's jump in and see if you've got a fortune waiting to be discovered. Top 1. The Washington Quarter is one of the most iconic and long-standing coins in the United States, and it holds a special place in American numismatics. Originally introduced in 1932 to celebrate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth, the Washington Quarter has been a part of everyday life for Americans for decades. However, among all the different years and varieties of Washington Quarters, the 1970 Washington Quarter stands out as one that has intrigued collectors and sparked interest due to its potential value. Especially for those with rare qualities. On the surface, the 1970 Washington Quarter might seem like just another quarter. After all, quarters have been in circulation for generations, and many of us likely don't give much thought to them as we pay for a coffee or grab some spare change. But what makes the 1970 Washington Quarter particularly interesting to collectors is the number of potential variations and minting errors that can make this coin worth far more than its 25-cent face value. The design of the 1970 Washington Quarter is classic, featuring a profile of George Washington on the obverse, designed by John Flanagan. On the reverse side, you'll find a majestic eagle perched on an olive branch, an image that has been a part of the quarter's design for many years. But despite its timeless design, the 1970 Washington Quarter can be a goldmine for those who understand the world of coin collecting and know what to look for. One of the most important things to understand when it comes to the 1970 Washington Quarter is that coins from this era were produced in relatively large numbers, which means that finding one in perfect condition or with a rare minting error can significantly increase its value. Over time, as more and more quarters were put into circulation, many were worn down, damaged, or became less pristine. But the key to finding valuable coins lies in spotting the rare ones that were either struck with errors during the minting process or are in exceptional, uncirculated condition. Minting errors are one of the primary reasons why certain coins, like the 1970 Washington Quarter, can increase in value. These errors are often the result of issues during the minting process, such as misaligned dies, double strikes, or improper settings. One of the most common and valuable errors in the 1970 Washington Quarter is the double die error. This occurs when the coin is struck more than once, creating a double effect on the design, such as double lettering or a doubled image of Washington himself. These double die errors can be difficult to spot with the naked eye, but collectors know to carefully examine coins for this type of anomaly, which can significantly increase the coin's worth. Another error that collectors should be on the lookout for is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin is misaligned during the minting process, resulting in a design that's not centered properly on the coin. Off-center coins are considered to be rarer and more collectible, especially if they're in good condition. These coins can bring a hefty premium, depending on how misaligned the design is, and for a 1970 Washington Quarter, such a find could be a real treasure, aside from the minting errors. Another factor that can significantly impact the value of a 1970 Washington Quarter is its condition. In the world of numismatics, the better the condition, the higher the price. Coins that have been kept in pristine, uncirculated condition are highly sought after. A 1970 Washington Quarter that has been well preserved with minimal wear, no scratches, and no signs of corrosion will naturally fetch a higher price compared to one that has been heavily circulated. Coins in mint state condition, meaning they have barely been touched and retain their original shine and details, are especially valuable. What makes the 1970 Washington Quarter worth so much? Most coins, including those from the Washington series, are typically worth their face value, 25 cents. However, when you factor in the rarity of errors and the pristine condition of some examples, the value can escalate. A typical 1970 Washington Quarter in good condition might not be worth much more than its face value, but coins with errors or those in excellent condition have been known to fetch far higher prices. In fact, a 1970 Washington Quarter with certain rare features, such as a double die error or one in perfect condition, could sell for an impressive $100,000 in words. This remarkable price reflects the rarity of such an item. Minting errors make these coins highly collectible, as they represent anomalies in the production process that only occurred a few times. On top of that, the 1970 Washington Quarter holds historical significance, being part of a long-standing series that's been around for decades. Collectors love to acquire pieces that complete their collections or represent an important part of the United States coinage history, and the 1970 Washington quarter certainly fits that bill. If you're looking to find one of these valuable coins, your best bet is to start by examining any 1970 Washington quarters you might come across. The best places to look are in coin rolls from the bank, or perhaps in loose change you might have lying around at home. While most of the quarters you come across won't be worth much more than their face value, it's always worth taking a closer look to see if there's a rare minting error or a pristine specimen among them. For those who are serious about collecting, the 1970 Washington quarter offers a great opportunity to expand your collection and potentially earn a significant return on investment. Coin collecting is a fascinating and rewarding hobby that allows you to connect with the history of the United States. And coins like the 1970 Washington quarter are perfect examples of how the right coin can be worth far more than you might initially think. In conclusion, the 1970 Washington quarter might seem like a simple coin, but it holds the potential to be worth a small fortune, especially if it contains a rare minting error or is in pristine condition. Whether it's the allure of a double die error, an off-center strike, or just the fact that the coin has been so well preserved, this quarter is highly sought after by collectors. And for those lucky enough to find one of these rare coins, it could be worth as much as $100,000 in words. So keep your eyes peeled and your hands ready, because the next time you come across a 1970 Washington quarter, you might just be holding a piece of numismatic history that could make you a lot of money. Top 2. The Washington Quarter Dollar, a coin that has been in circulation for decades, holds a special place in the hearts of collectors. Introduced in 1932 to commemorate George Washington's 200th birthday, the coin has undergone various design changes and has been minted in several different years. But among the many Washington quarters that have been released, one year stands out as a true gem for collectors: the 1965 Washington quarter. The 1965 Washington quarter was part of a significant change in American coinage that occurred during the mid-1960s. During this time, the U.S. Mint decided to reduce the amount of silver used in coin production due to a nationwide silver shortage. This shift in production led to the 1965 Washington quarter being minted with a core made of copper-nickel instead of the 90% silver composition that had been used in previous years. As a result, the 1965 Washington quarter is considered to be a transitional coin, marking a significant moment in the history of U.S. currency. While this might sound like a small detail, it's this very change that makes the 1965 Washington quarter such an important coin in the eyes of collectors. When it comes to the design of the 1965 quarter, it remains consistent with the classic imagery that has been associated with Washington quarters for decades. The obverse side features the profile of the first president of the United States, George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. The reverse side depicts an eagle perched on an olive branch, which symbolizes peace. This simple, yet elegant, design has made the Washington quarter one of the most recognizable coins in American history. While the 1965 Washington quarter may seem like just another coin at first glance, there's much more to it than meets the eye. Due to the change in the coin's composition, the 1965 quarter has become highly collectible, especially for those who specialize in transitional coins or those looking to complete their collections. But it's not just the historical significance of the coin that makes it valuable. It's also the potential for rare minting errors that can make the 1965 quarter worth far more than its face value. One of the most intriguing aspects of the 1965 Washington quarter is the possibility of minting errors. As with any coin, errors during the minting process can make certain coins far more valuable than others. The 1965 quarter, due to its unique composition and the transition to a new formula, is not exempt from these types of errors. Some of the most valuable 1965 Washington quarters are those that exhibit unique mistakes, such as double strikes, off-center strikes, or die cracks. These errors are relatively rare, and when they do occur, they can make a coin significantly more valuable. For example, one of the most sought-after types of errors on the 1965 Washington quarter is the double die error. This occurs when the coin is struck multiple times, causing the design to appear doubled or blurry in certain places. This error is highly desirable among collectors because it's a mistake that happens only in a small number of coins, making those with double die errors extremely rare and valuable. If you come across a 1965 Washington quarter with this error, you could be holding a coin that is worth far more than just 25 cents. Another type of error that can make the 1965 quarter highly valuable is the off-center strike. This occurs when the coin is not properly aligned during the minting process, leading to a misaligned design. Off-center coins can be especially valuable to collectors because they are visually distinctive and quite rare. A 1965 Washington quarter with an off-center strike could potentially fetch a significant price, depending on how misaligned the design is. The more extreme the misalignment, the more desirable the coin becomes to collectors. In addition to minting errors, the condition of the 1965 Washington quarter plays a major role in determining its value. Coins that have been well preserved and show little to no signs of wear are often worth much more than those that have been heavily circulated. A 1965 Washington quarter in mint condition, with no scratches, discoloration, or signs of aging, could be worth a lot more than the typical 25-cent face value. Coins in uncirculated condition are especially sought after by collectors, as they have never been used in circulation and retain their original shine and detail. Now, you might be wondering, how much could a 1965 Washington quarter actually be worth? Most 1965 quarters you find in your pocket change are worth only their face value, 25 cents. However, a rare specimen with a minting error or in excellent condition could be worth significantly more. In fact, a 1965 Washington quarter with the right characteristics, such as a rare double die error or an off-center strike, can be worth as much as $115,000 in words. That's right, just a single coin, worth 25 cents when it was originally minted, could fetch an astonishing amount in the right market. The value of the 1965 Washington quarter is a testament to how much coin collecting has evolved over the years. What might have once been seen as an ordinary coin is now a sought-after collectible due to the unique circumstances surrounding its production and the potential for rare errors. Whether it's the historical significance of the coin or the excitement of finding a rare error piece, the 1965 Washington quarter has proven to be a valuable and fascinating item for collectors. For anyone looking to find one of these rare and valuable coins, your best bet is to start by going through your spare change, visiting coin shops, or even searching through rolls of quarters from the bank. You never know, buried among the regular coins, you might just find a 1965 Washington quarter with an error that could make you a small fortune. If you do, don't forget to check its condition and look for any signs of a double die, off-center strike, or other minting errors. In conclusion, the 1965 Washington quarter might seem like an unremarkable coin at first glance, but for coin collectors, it holds significant value. Whether it's a rare minting error or the coin's pristine condition, the 1965 Washington quarter can be worth far more than just 25 cents. And for those lucky enough to find a rare specimen, it could be worth as much as $115,000 in words. So, the next time you encounter a 1965 Washington quarter, take a closer look. You may just be holding a piece of numismatic history in your hand that could turn out to be a major find. Top 3. The Washington quarter, one of the most recognized coins in American currency, has an interesting history that spans over 80 years. It was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth, and since then, it has undergone various design changes and transitions. One year that stands out among collectors is 1980. Although the 1980 Washington quarter is often overlooked, it carries hidden value and the potential for significant worth, especially for those who know what to look for. The 1980 Washington quarter, like its predecessors, features a design that is both timeless and patriotic. The obverse side showcases the well-known bust of George Washington, created by John Flanagan, while the reverse side depicts an eagle with an olive branch, symbolizing peace and strength. This design has remained largely unchanged for decades, making the Washington quarter an iconic piece of American currency. However, it's not just the design that has piqued the interest of collectors. It's the potential rarity and value of certain 1980 Washington quarters. So, what makes the 1980 Washington quarter special? Like many coins, most of the 1980 quarters were minted in large quantities and put into circulation. Therefore, finding a regular 1980 quarter is not likely to yield a windfall. But what many collectors look for are certain characteristics that can elevate the value of a coin. And the 1980 Washington quarter is no exception. One of the key factors that can make a 1980 Washington quarter valuable is the presence of minting errors. Minting errors happen during the production process when the dies that stamp the design onto the coin malfunction or become misaligned. These errors can make a coin rare and highly desirable. For the 1980 Washington quarter, collectors are particularly on the lookout for coins with double dies, misaligned strikes, or other anomalies that occurred during the minting process. A double die error occurs when the coin is struck multiple times by the same die, causing the design to appear doubled or blurry. This error is especially valuable because it's not something that was intended or planned during the minting process. A 1980 Washington quarter with a noticeable double die error, particularly one that affects the lettering or Washington's profile, could be worth thousands of dollars, far beyond its initial 25-cent face value. Collectors treasure these errors because they are unique, making them a highly prized item in the numismatic world. Another error that can significantly increase the value of a 1980 Washington quarter is an off-center strike. This occurs when the coin is not perfectly aligned during the minting process, resulting in a design that is shifted and not centered properly. Off-center coins are usually considered a mistake, but that's exactly what makes them valuable to collectors. Depending on how far off-center the strike is, these coins can fetch a premium price, especially if they are in good condition and the misalignment is noticeable. In addition to these minting errors, the condition of the coin is also a crucial factor in determining its value. Coin collectors often refer to a coin's condition using the grade scale, which ranges from good to mint state. A 1980 Washington quarter that is in mint or uncirculated condition will naturally be worth more than one that has been heavily circulated. Coins that have never been used in transactions, retaining their original shine and crisp details, are highly desirable among collectors. If a 1980 Washington quarter has been well preserved and is free from scratches, discoloration, or other signs of wear, it can command a significantly higher price. So, what is the potential worth of a 1980 Washington quarter? While most of the 1980 quarters you find in your pocket change are still worth just 25 cents, the value of a rare specimen can be substantial. Coins with minting errors, like double die errors or off-center strikes, or coins in pristine condition, can be worth thousands of dollars. In fact, a 1980 Washington quarter that is in excellent condition or has a unique minting error has been known to sell for as much as $80,000 in words, depending on the rarity and demand. The market for rare coins is growing, and collectors are constantly on the lookout for hidden gems. If you come across a 1980 Washington quarter, it's worth taking the time to examine it closely. Look for any signs of minting errors, such as doubled or misaligned designs, and pay attention to the coin's condition. A quarter in mint condition, with no visible wear and tear, could be the key to a valuable find. If you're lucky enough to find a 1980 Washington quarter with a rare error or in pristine condition, you may be holding a coin that is worth far more than its face value. Finding a rare coin can be a thrilling experience, and for coin enthusiasts, the hunt is just as exciting as the discovery. The 1980 Washington quarter is a great example of how seemingly ordinary coins can have hidden value, especially for those who understand the world of coin collecting. Whether it's a minting error, a rare find in excellent condition, or simply the historical significance of the coin, the 1980 Washington quarter has the potential to be a valuable addition to any collection. In conclusion, the 1980 Washington quarter may seem like an ordinary coin, but for the knowledgeable collector, it holds great potential. With its rich history, iconic design, and the possibility of minting errors or exceptional condition, the 1980 Washington quarter can be worth far more than its face value. If you're fortunate enough to find a 1980 Washington quarter with an error or in mint condition, it could be worth as much as $80,000 in words. Keep an eye out the next time you go through your change, because the 1980 Washington quarter might just turn out to be a hidden treasure. Top 4. The Washington quarter is a staple of American currency, a coin that has been in circulation for decades and has become a familiar part of daily life. However, not all Washington quarters are created equal. While many of these coins are worth only their face value of 25 cents, there are certain years, such as the 1990 Washington quarter, that hold far greater value. For coin collectors and enthusiasts, this seemingly ordinary coin is far from just pocket change. The 1990 Washington quarter holds special significance, offering a glimpse into the world of numismatics where rarity, condition, and unique characteristics can turn a common coin into a valuable treasure. Released in 1990, The Washington quarter still features the classic design that has graced the coin since it was first introduced in 1932. On the obverse side, we find the iconic portrait of George Washington, the first president of the United States, designed by John Flanagan. The reverse side displays a majestic eagle, an image that has been a constant in U.S. coinage. Although the design hasn't changed much over the years, what makes the 1990 Washington quarter stand out lies in the details that many collectors are on the lookout for. One of the first things to understand about the 1990 Washington quarter is that it was produced in large numbers. Minted in both Philadelphia and Denver, there was no shortage of 1990 quarters available to the public. However, like many coins, the rarity and value of a particular year's issue often depends on the condition it's in and any unusual characteristics it might have. While the majority of 1990 quarters might not be worth more than a quarter, there are specific traits that can make these coins incredibly valuable. The most significant factor in determining the value of a 1990 Washington quarter is its condition. As with any collectible coin, the better the condition, the more valuable it becomes. The term mint state is used to describe coins that have never been circulated, meaning they are in perfect, like new condition. These coins show no signs of wear, scratches, or damage, and their details are crisp and clear. Coins that are in mint state condition are highly coveted by collectors, and for a 1990 Washington quarter, being able to find one in this condition can make it worth much more than its original face value. In addition to pristine condition, another factor that can increase the value of the 1990 Washington quarter is the possibility of minting errors. Minting errors occur when something goes wrong during the production process, resulting in a coin that deviates from the normal specifications. These errors are relatively rare and are often highly sought after by collectors, especially if the error is unique or particularly noticeable. For example, a double die error, where the coin's design appears to be double due to the die being struck twice, can make a 1990 quarter worth significantly more. Coins with double strikes, where the design is stamped multiple times, or coins with misaligned dies, which causes the design to be off-center, can also fetch a higher price. These types of errors are what make a particular 1990 Washington quarter a rare find. One of the most exciting things about collecting coins is that you never know when you might come across one that holds hidden value. Many collectors spend their time scouring through rolls of coins from the bank or browsing through loose change in the hopes of finding a rare or unusual specimen. When it comes to the 1990 Washington quarter, what might seem like a simple, everyday coin could turn out to be something far more valuable, especially if it has a minting error or isn't perfect. Uncirculated condition. It's also important to remember that the demand for specific coins can fluctuate over time. What may not have been valuable or highly sought after at one point can suddenly become a hot commodity among collectors. As coin collectors become more interested in particular years or types of coins, the market can shift, increasing the value of certain coins. For the 1990 Washington quarter, the interest in specific errors and high-quality examples continues to grow, making this coin an exciting find for those who have an eye for valuable pieces. Now, you might be wondering just how much a 1990 Washington quarter could be worth. The good news is that most of these quarters in circulation are worth just 25 cents. But when you factor in rare errors or pristine, uncirculated specimens, the value can climb dramatically. Coins with minting errors, especially those that are easily identifiable and in good condition, can fetch tens of thousands of dollars. In fact, a 1990 Washington quarter with the right characteristics, whether it's a minting error or simply a coin in exceptional condition, can be worth as much as $60,000 in words. That's right. A coin that was originally worth only a quarter could end up being a valuable asset for the right buyer. The coin market is full of surprises, and for those who take the time to learn about the different types of errors, mint conditions, and historical significance of certain coins, there's always the potential for finding a rare treasure. Whether you're a seasoned collector or someone just starting to take an interest in numismatics, the 1990 Washington quarter is a coin worth keeping an eye on. It represents an important moment in U.S. coinage history and carries with it the possibility of turning an ordinary coin into something extraordinary. In conclusion, the 1990 Washington quarter may seem like just another coin in the grand scheme of U.S. currency, but for collectors, it holds potential beyond its face value. Whether it's the allure of a rare minting error or simply the fact that it remains in near-perfect condition, this quarter has proven to be a valuable find for many. For those lucky enough to stumble upon a 1990 Washington quarter with a minting error or in mint condition, it could be worth as much as $60,000 in words. So, the next time you come across a 1990 Washington quarter, take a moment to examine it closely. You might just be holding a hidden gem in your hand.